All right, what is poppin'? What is good, everyone? This is your boy Brumal, and we are back with another Trails in the Sky, the third. If you haven't spent time with God today, I highly suggest you pause this video, go ahead and pray for about 5 minutes, or go and read a chapter in your Bible, maybe even two. Who knows? Because on this channel, we like to put God first. And I want to share something with you guys. I read a few chapters in Matthew this morning when I woke up. And at the beginning of chapter 25, I don't remember if chapter 25 is the one I started with. I think I started with like chapter 24. I don't really remember. But it started off talking about how the kingdom of heaven is likened unto 10 virgins, 5 who brought lamps with them. All 10 of them brought lamps with them, but only 5 of them brought oil. And as the story goes on, it talked about how the wise, the wise, they were prepared. They brought the 5 that brought the oil. They were considered the wise, and the foolish were considered the 10 or the 5 virgins that did not bring oil. And when time came from, I think they were beckoned by, is it the bridegroom? Is that what they call it? Yeah, when they were beckoned by the bridegroom, the 5 that did not bring oil asked the ones that did bring oil, like, hey, can you split this oil with us? And it's just like, no, because then there wouldn't be enough for you and us. So go ahead and buy you some oil, and then that way you'll be ready for when for when the bridegroom comes to claim us. Now they go back and they buy the oil, but when they came back, they realized the ones that were there were no longer there, and they saw that the door that they were waiting for to be open was closed. I think it was a door. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I don't necessarily I don't have it up on my phone. For whatever reason, my phone isn't loading up, so I have to go on to the internet to look up Matthew chapter 25. Let me see. 13. Watch therefore ye neither the day nor the hour within the man. I think I went a little too far. The wise answer is not, lest there be enough for us. Yep, this is what I told you guys. Verse 10. And while they went to go buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him into the marriage, and the door was shut. So yeah, there's the part where I was talking about. And afterwards came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, Verily I say unto you, I know you not. And this goes back to another verse that I cannot think of it right now, but it talks about like when we die, and we're presented in front of the Father, we'll say something on the lines like, Lord, did I not cast out demons in your name? Did I not do good works in your name? And because you truly didn't know God, he would say something on the lines of, be gone from me, I never knew you, ye workers of lawlessness. I think that's how it goes. I'd have to look at it again. I'm not as well versed in the Bible as most people, but it just reminded me of that. So that's basically how it is. So it's just like the 10 virgins that came with the oil for their lamps that they were prepared. That's the people of God who are prepared, who have read their word. They know what to expect. They know what's coming. They don't know when, Jesus is going to come back, but they're prepared. They studied their Bible to show themselves approved, such like that. And then you have the people who don't study the word, who don't know God, who choose to live their life of lawlessness. That would be acquitted to the people, or that would be acquitted to the acquitted. That would be compared to the 5 virgins who were not wise and did not bring oil for their lamps, so they could be taken away with the bridegroom. So I just wanted to share that little part with you. And if I interpreted that wrong, please someone correct me. Someone who actually someone who knows the Bible, who's been in it longer than I have. I'm rolling up on 2 years with God. I'm pretty sure there are people who watch this who've been on there like 10 plus years, maybe 5 plus years, at least longer than me. If I have misinterpreted, please let me know, because one thing I do not want to do is lead people astray. So, that being said, guys, I came back here. We are at the door. We're at the door, the star door. So we needed to bring Julia and Mueller with us. Alright, bring the guardian of the royal family and the blade that serves the imperial house. Alright, let's open this door. Let's see. Ooh. Star chamber. I shall grant you a memory fragment and my blessing. And remember, guys, these doors are optional. We don't have to do them, but they give you good stuff if we finish them. Roughly 2 months after the crisis that struck Libero came to an end. I don't remember if the star doors are the ones that maybe, or is it the moon doors? It's either the star or the moon doors that one of them is longer than the other. Well, that concludes my report of all that's transpired here 2 months prior. I really cannot thank you enough for your above and beyond efforts, Captain. Bringing an end to the chaos and restoring hope to its people was no easy task. You should truly be proud of yourself. Your Majesty, please. I have done nothing to deserve such praise. I would beg to differ, and it's why I want to thank you on behalf of everyone in Libero's citizens. Not only did you ensure the safety, you went from place to place aiding the restoration as well. Now you can continue to be just as busy serving as the leader of the Royal Guard. You deserve all the thanks you get. I am really proud of you, Captain Schwartz. Well, I am honored, Your Majesty. I believe I'll be able to formally present you with at least one medal for your achievement at a later date, too. Grancel Morgan. I said Grancel. General Morgan seems to think a promotion is almost assured as well. I'm looking forward to seeing what the future holds in store for you. But, Your Majesty, I must object. The only reason this crisis was resolved at all was because of the efforts of countless people, all of whom gave their all for Libero's sake. And besides, Brumal didn't even use me in the final confrontation. You dang right I didn't use you. I wasn't finna spend an hour trying to get you and Vander up to par with everyone else knowing good well I wasn't gonna use you in the final act. Come on now. Anyways, because I knew you was gonna be in this game. Did you really? I actually did remember. Anyways, my contribution was but a minor part of a much greater whole. I don't feel it would be appropriate for me to be receiving medals or promotions. Captain, I agree that countless people contributed to achieving the peace that we now have. Everyone who fought, who tried to protect their loved ones, and who endured the suffering they faced contributed in some way. But I believe it's clear to everyone that without the Arcel, the crisis would not have seen the conclusion that it did. And the only one who commanded the Arcel was you. Be that as it may, medals are one thing, but I couldn't possibly consider accepting a promotion. I feel as though I've barely spent all that much time in my current position. So assuming one with even greater responsibility would be, there's no need to be so modest. In my opinion, you've accomplished much more in your current position than you seem to believe that you have. Actually, Captain, I'd like to propose that you take the rest of the day off. How would you feel about that? May I ask why, Your Majesty? I'm not sure I quite understand. As I mentioned, I want to show my thanks to you for all that you did, and I believe there is to be better ways to do that than formal meetings like these. You certainly deserve some rest too, given how exhausting going back and forth between military HQ and the castle particularly every day must be. I've even been receiving requests from members of the Royal Guard saying that they would like for you to take a break as well. I'm terribly sorry that you had to listen to such complaints, Your Majesty. It was certainly not my intent that you should be troubled so. So who was it? Lux? Leon? It could easily be both knowing them. had to think about Lux and Leon, but though, yeah, those are the people that were on her, that were both piloting the, what's it called, the RSO. I remember Lux, but I was like, I don't remember Leon. Anyways, I'm used to them telling me as much every time they see me, but I cannot believe they chose to bother Her Majesty with the issue. As such, I would like for you to take the remainder of the day and use it to relax. That way, you can return to your duties tomorrow feeling refreshed and ready to work for the good of the nation anew. Very well. If that is your wish, Your Majesty. I, Captain Julius Schwartz of the Royal Guard, accept your proposal and shall leave my duties for the remainder of the day. It's like 5 a.m. right now. Is it? I don't know. A promotion. Only receiving one would be the cause of celebration. Good morning, Captain. Morning, Captain! Yeah, I hear that you'll be getting the rest of the day off. That's right, yes. I'm amazed you already know that when I was just told myself. Well, it's not all that amazing, really. Leon was trying to make sure everyone knew over the communications network from Langston. I hear Echo appealed directly to Her Majesty, even. Directly? I can't believe it. He did look like he had something that he wanted to say to me the last time I saw him. What is with him? Or what is with them? Well, I still wish that we could have helped with repairing the Arcel too, though. I hear that the repairs are running a little behind schedule, too. I wonder how things are going over there. You needn't worry about the Arcel's repairs. The only reason those three are still there at Langston Fortress is that they wouldn't take no for an answer and insisted on staying. Repairs are currently being carried under Gustav. Hey, Gustav! The maintenance chief from the ZCF. Alright, They'll be completed properly. Incidentally, do you know where Her Highness is? Do you know if Her Highness has left already? Yes, in fact, Claudia left not long ago, if you're looking for her. I figured that was Duke Dunnan. Alright. She's gone to inspect the royal villa. Were you not aware of this? Your Grace, I was not. I would very much have liked to accompany her over there, if I am truthful. I suppose that comes to no surprise. You always have been one to put yourself forward to escort her at every opportunity. I can't say I understand why. Simple escort jobs are well below your current rank. I suppose so. Still, I'm sure she has a number of trustworthy guardsmen with her. Try not to fret over her too much. Of course, you're right. Thank you, Your Grace. And with that, we're leaving. Philip, there's work to be done. Just a moment, Your Grace. Philip is old. Please, try not to be too downhearted. What are you doing, Philip? I said that there is work to be done. My apologies. We gotta remember, y'all, Philip is a G. I mean, he did get bopped by the enforcers, but hey, he held his own. At least we think he did. It looks as though I missed Her Highness yet again. Still, we're both so busy with our duties that it's no wonder it keeps happening. Right. Chloe is princess now, or crown princess. Crown queen princess? I don't know. Well, it's incredible how much Duke Dunan's changed. Yeah, I was just about to bring that up, guys. Like, what do you guys think of Duke Dunan's character development? From how he was from the first game to how the second game ended. Speaking of the second game, I think I missed a cutscene. I was looking at some videos on YouTube, and there was a cutscene in the second game that I did not get. Apparently, there was a dinner party cutscene that I don't remember being there, and I was like, huh, okay, well, I guess we missed that one. Unless it pops up in this game as like a moon door or star door type deal. But I don't know. I don't know. But if you want to see the scene that I'm talking about, you can easily look it up on YouTube. I don't know what the actual name of the video is. But yeah, what is that? Hold on. Sweet Baby Incorporated. Ugh. Bombshell. Woke game journalists get wrecked by Elon Musk and his something. I got YouTube up on my TV. And that was one of the recommended videos. I'm like, okay, I don't really care about Sweet Baby because they're trash. But yeah. Anyways. Yeah, tell me about it. Apparently, he's often seen in an administrative room working genuinely hard lately. He was the one who proposed paying compensation out a while back too. Always thought of him as a good-for-nothing slob, but maybe there was more to him than that. I mean, if you guys remember, he tried to get Estelle to come back to his quarters with him when he thought that she was a maid. So, anyways, well, he's finally showing that he shares Her Majesty's blood after all. You're on duty. Enough idle chatter. Apologies, Captain. As you are seemingly aware, I will be absent from the castle for the remainder of the day. I expect the two of you take care of things here in my absence. Yes, ma'am. Take care, ma'am. All right. Being granted the day off is well and good in theory, but I haven't had one in so long. I haven't the faintest idea what to do with it. I can relate to that. I don't necessarily take days off. If I'm sick, I'll just I'll take the medicine that I need to do, the minimum that I need to do, drink juice, and then I'll just head my way off to work. But I let people know that I'm sick or whatever, and not to stay next to me. But yeah, you got days like that, and I just work. Like, they'll ask me like, "Yo, we need you to cover this shift." I'll do it. They're like, "We need you to work overtime." It's like, I'll do it. Working doesn't necessarily bother me. The one thing that does bother me is when I see men where they they have a job but they act like they don't want to work and all that stuff, and it's just like, dude, you're a man. God built men to work. Like. So it's just like, I don't know. I kind of shake my head whenever I hear a dude complain about working. Now, I'm not saying complain about work. I say complain about working. That's the part where it's just like, bro, you need to be happy that you have a job. You need to be happy that you have a job. But I rarely take days off. It's March now, March 13th now. But was it August? No. It was December of 2023. My boss or my supervisor forced me to take a vacation. He was just like, dude, you work way too much. You have not taken a day off this entire year. Take these 3 days off. I'm like, what? He's like, no, I'm forcing you to take these days off. I'm like, okay. And those 3 days, I legit I didn't know what to do. I was just sitting there in my living room like, what? And this was before I got back into the gist of recording and everything too. But yeah, I was like bored out of my mind. I was sitting here just watching freaking YouTube videos the entire time for like 3 days straight. And I was just like, But yeah, now that I'm recording all that stuff, I actually have something to do as well. But yeah, anyways, I should go shopping, perhaps do maintenance, work on my equipment, or would it be best to return to my room and reading a book? No, I need to do more than simply rest with my time. I need to use it productively. I know. Wouldn't it be nice to take a light stroll along the scenic route? I haven't done that in ages. Alright. It will be an excellent use of my time, even. Alright then. What is going on here? Is it really true that Julia has returned to Grand Cell? Where is she? Where is she? Please, don't push. Everyone, please calm down. Oh yeah, I forgot Julia has fangirls. What exactly is going on here? Captain! Oh no, why did you have to come now? It's dangerous here. Please retreat back inside to the castle at once. It's Julia! What? Oh! Oh no. What in the devil is this? Julia! Huh? That girl ran. Yo! that boy got punted into the water. That's crazy. That is funny. Captain Schwartz? No, we locked the castle gates for the time being. You aren't hurt, are you? No, I'm fine. What just happened? Well, they appear to be some rather ardent fans of yours, Captain. I mean, we saw how Tita's mom acted when she found out that that Professor Russell met Julia, and she was upset that she didn't get a button off her. Yeah, that he didn't get a button off her shirt or something like that. But yeah, you know, we did have a rather large number of fan letters arrive at the castle this morning. I wonder if that could be related to all of this. Fan letters? Apparently some magazine company's putting together a special feature on you yesterday. It was full of information on what you were up to on that flying city. Oh, that reminds me. A few people who claim to be from the liberal news came here while you were away. They said they were putting together a feature to capitalize on your popularity, so they wanted to gather material for it. I think I've heard enough. I can probably fill in the rest myself. Why am I getting this kind of attention? Fan letters? Magazine articles? Why am I being treated like someone special? I'm not at all. Gotta respect her humility. First Her Majesty praising me more than I deserve, and now this. All I really wanted to do was protect Her Highness, that's all. And that's what I want to do now, too, but the opportunity to actually go with her and escort her rarely seems to present itself anymore. Must I be forced to accept that this is how things are going to be forward? Well, thank you for your time today, Archbishop. I will conduct Mass again tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Could I ask to pass that on to Her Majesty? It would be my pleasure. Oh, well, if it isn't Julia. I wasn't expecting to find you here. Am I recording? Okay, I'd be upset if I wasn't recording. Is something the matter? Oh, not at all. And good day to you, Archbishop. It's good to see you again, Julia. I haven't seen you for some time. You had me a little concerned. However, we did have a nun that looked quite like you in the first game, but I don't... forget about it. Well, I'm terribly sorry for worrying you. I'd also like to apologize for not attending Mass at all as of late. Oh, it's no trouble. I'm well aware of how busy you are. I know that you're a woman of God. Don't you mean adios? No, there's no such thing as adios, just God. Anyways, all I ask for you and to do in these busy times you face is this. No matter how busy that you become, you must never lose sight of yourself. What matters to you most is always close at hand. Thank you, Archbishop. I take what you have said to heart. Excellent. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should really be on my way. Good day, Archbishop. Actually, there is one I couldn't remember to read that. Archbishop? Current? Please wait. Oh, Current is his name. Okay, I was like, wait a minute. What? She's gonna sneak out with him. Everyone, please, move a little further from the castle gates. If you don't, we will start popping heads. What? Anyways, please, just a little more. Yo, these women got y'all shook. Y'all better stop being afraid of them. Alright. If everyone could please remain calm. It's Julia! She's coming out! Hey, Julia's in her nun outfit again. Huh? Aw, it's just the Archbishop and a sister. Terrible. Come now, everyone. Move aside and let us pass. Remember, and Zen was like, hey, that nun's pretty hot. In the first game. Not the exact words, but you get the idea. Well, it looks like your plan ended up working, Julia. Fortunately, yes. I'm sorry for causing you so much trouble yet again. No worry. You have my sympathies, even those seem to be some very fervent admirers back there. Hey, it's our boy. Major Vander? She's afraid. What is he doing here? I thought he had already left Libero. This is quite a surprise. I wasn't aware that you were also a sister of the church lady, or Captain Schwartz. You can tell? Well... I should be back in Erebonia, but I still have a little cleaning up to do after the fool. So I ended up having to come back here again in the end. I would have liked to take the time to go and greet you, but the chance ultimately just never presented itself. Nevertheless, I'm pleased that we were able to meet again, Captain. Or is it Sister Julia now? Major? It is kind of funny seeing Julia in like a feminine state. Like, not saying that she wasn't, but it's just one of those things. Like, she's like really flustered right now, probably just being probably just a little embarrassed to see someone that is pretty much like her. What's the word? I'm going to say a combatant equal, I guess. And then I don't know. I don't know. I just find it funny. It's kind of like, think Urza from I was about to say One Piece. Think Urza from Fairy Tail. There's an episode pretty early on. I want to say between like episode 10 and 20. Natsu and Gray, like, they puff up Urza as like some uncontrollable monster, and then like you kind of see it a little bit before, like, not manly she is, but she, like, for how strong and scary she is. But then she lets her guard down for 1 minute, and she falls in a hole, and she screams, and then like Natsu and Gray's like reaction wasn't that she was caught off guard. It was the fact that she screamed like a girl, and they were just like, "Wait a minute." He's like, "We forgot that she was a girl." So I don't know. I feel like it's on the same level as that. But anyways, I believe that we're on Galuna Island or something like that. I think that was the arc, but I don't know. Anyways, it's like one of the earlier arcs in the show, like really early on. But anyways, it appears to me that there's a little point in your disguise, trying to disguise your identity from this man. Perhaps you needn't bother. Regardless, I've preparations to make for the afternoon's mass, so I should excuse myself. Good day to you both. But Archbishop... Bro, he hasn't even left the screen. He's still there. This game is bootleg. I mean, this game was meant for the Vita, so yeah. And I am playing on widescreen mode. Anyways, so that was the famous Archbishop, huh? I can't do it. He's right there still on my screen. Anyways, perhaps I should have taken a chance to introduce myself properly. Major? I should probably explain how I ended up in this situation. You see, I wish I could have stayed a little longer, but I've really got to get going. I wish I could have gotten a closer look at Julia, though. I thought this was finally going to be my chance. Oh, she's so dreamy. Yeah. Julia has that effect on women. It's one of those things where it's just like, have you guys ever seen an anime called Tomo-chan is a Girl or something like that? It's like, there's a few women in the show that find this Tomo girl very attractive only because she has not masculine traits, but like I can't say a masculine figure either. I would say masculine traits because she does work out. She is pretty bulky for a girl, but she still has, but you know that she's a girl because she still has that feminine figure. But because of how tall she is, a lot of women in the show feel safe around her to the point where it's just like they get confused themselves. They be like, I know she's a girl, but dang. And I feel like Julia has that same effect on women, except that Julia doesn't, to my knowledge, Julia doesn't like women. But at the same time, you've seen her character portrait, like her full body portrait. She does look kind of like a man. So yeah, I don't know, but yeah. Yeah, they're starting to make their way back. If they find me here, I'm doomed. And also, guys, before you guys start assuming such and such, remember that this game was made in a time period where things were a lot different. My opinion, those were the glory days because I didn't have to worry about nothing. Now, now in this day and age, I gotta be like, are you lying to me, lady? So yeah, jokes, people, jokes. Learn how to take a joke. Anyways, all right. Should you like, Captain? I would be happy to help you disguise yourself. Pardon? I can't pretend to be familiar with your situation, but I can see that you aren't comfortable being discovered here. In these situations, your instinct may be to hide, but I believe the best thing to do is to the exact opposite. If it works for you, I'd be happy to accompany you somewhere a little safer. Oh, my, thank you. Huh? Julia? Please do, right away. My pleasure. Oh, she caught on. Never mind. I suppose that was just my imagination. It must have been. You knew. Well, this area seems to be empty. Will this be enough, do you think? It should be. I can't apologize enough for this, Major. Think nothing of it. I'm used to having the run around without being discovered. Usually because Olivier's caused some kind of predicament. I can see that. I'm still ashamed of what happened, though. I let a simple commotion like that ruin my plans to go outside of the city for my day off. I wasn't able to calm the situation at all. I wouldn't have been able to leave the castle without resorting to a disguise. I'm not sure you have any reason to be bawling yourself here. Or blaming, I can't read. We knew that, shut up. I'm afraid I must disagree. As a member of the Royal Guard, I'm utterly useless, and this isn't the first time that I've felt that way. During the coup d'etat, I was powerless. What happened to her during the coup d'etat? She got subdued, right? No, she was in... Yeah, they trapped her at the Herba Villa. That's what happened. Her and her squad. Alright. I should have been able to protect Her Highness, and yet ended up being captured and placed in danger. The same was true when Grancel was attacked by Ouroboros, too. Where was she during that? Yeah, she was off. Yeah, she was off base, wasn't she? Getting the Arcel ready to fly? Yeah. Right, no, she still would have been, she still would have been in the middle of Veralia Lake, actually. Yeah. Alright. Not only could I not protect Her Majesty from being endangered by them, I wasn't even able to be anywhere near her. I, of all people, should have been right there beside her. In her hour of need. How dare I learn of what happened? Only after the fact? She's shaking. I'm not even fit to serve them. Well, I can certainly understand your frustrations. They were both safe, were they not? Surely that is what counts above all. Much as we may wish to be, no human is omniscient. Neither of us are any exception to that. I understand that, or at least I want to believe that I do. But to make matters worse, I now found out there are magazine articles about me, making me out to be some kind of great hero. You know good well that Brumal did not use it. Let me stop. Alright. There's even talk of me being promoted. I don't even feel like I've done my job in the way that's worthy of praise. Never mind anything to deserve being given a higher position. But think about this, you did save our main characters more than a couple of times. No. None of that is what bothers me the most. If people want to give me greater praise than I deserve, let them. And receiving a promotion isn't in itself a cause to be unhappy. More the opposite. On paper, at least. But in reality, it will result in me becoming busier because of my new duties, which will result in me ending up even further away from Her Highness than I am now. I'm a little envious of you, to tell the truth, Major. You've always been able to go and escort Prince Olivert. Like it's the most natural thing in the world. Yeah, well, you didn't have to grow up with them. No, I'm kidding. Alright, anyways. Maybe you weren't always by his side, but you were when he needed you the most. Sorry, guys, I didn't have any water prepared, so my throat's starting to get a little dry, and I've been talking forever. Anyways, you did more than escort him, too. You were able to help aid him in ways beyond the call of duty. That game's garbage, by the way, in my opinion. By comparison, which is factual. What? Anyways, by comparison, I can't seem to be able to help Her Highness at all. I can't even lend her an ear when she's plagued with worry. When she was agonizing over whether to assume her position of the Crown Princess, I couldn't do a single thing for her. I feel somewhat reluctant to give you my opinion here, as I can hardly pretend to be well versed in your situation. Oh my gosh, I am glad that he said this. So, a while back, I say a while back, but I did this a couple of days ago. My, I believe it was episode 7 of my Time at Sandrock video. I was talking about how there were people who, just want somebody to listen to them and not give them their advice. Because, like I said, most people just want someone, to vent to. And a lot of people always, in order to make people feel better, they always try to say, I understand how you feel, when they really don't. I don't care who you are. Nobody is going, you are never going to understand how somebody else feels, even if you have a similar situation. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. You telling somebody that you understand how they feel is downplaying the situation that they are in, and it's most likely going to make that person feel worse. So rather you saying that, you should say yo, I can't even imagine how you must feel, which basically this is what he said. So I'm glad that Vander, our boy Mueller, he's a real one. He knows how to talk to people. He knows how to talk to people, at the very least. So yeah. Anyways, but from where I stand, your position seems to be more for a fortunate one. But then again, he's also giving advice. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily do that, but yeah, How so? What exactly do you mean, Major? I didn't mean to offend you, so I apologize if I did. But protecting that fool is a task that was thrust upon me the moment that I was born. I guess I kind of ruined that for you guys when I said, you didn't have to grow up with him. Because I thought they already said that, but I guess they didn't. Anyways, between us, I find myself envious of your natural loyalty to the ones that you serve. The moment that you were born? Oh, right. You're a Vander. And we're a military family who traditionally serves the Imperial family, yes? My luck for any less of a hectic life ran out the second that I was given it. I fear. Well, that's certainly a great responsibility to the disdain to fulfill. Especially when you're chosen to protect Prince Olivert of all people. Quite so. Still, my point stands. I do believe that it's a happy, fortunate thing to be able to serve and devote yourself to those you generally care for. I may hardly be an expert on the subject, seeing as Her Highness is much less of a handful, but am I wrong? No, I see your point. perhaps I should be able to, perhaps I should be able to sit and worry about something like this as a luxury. Although, whether someone who isn't able to defend Her Highness can really be called a member of the Royal Guard is another issue entirely. Captain, if you like, I will be happy to teach you a good way to clear your head. To clear my head, you say? Indeed. Still, I would like you to keep this off the record. Oh, they got to come in here? What? How'd she get her outfit back? Alright, this will be a one-rounded duel. Both ARPs and items may be used. Alright, so this is what you had in mind. I can't say I feel especially confident about my chances in defeating a warrior of the famed Vander family, but I'll certainly try. Ha! There's no need to be so modest. Well, Captain, let us begin. Alright guys, so this is a fight that we don't necessarily need to beat. Actually, in my opinion, this fight is dang near impossible. I'm just gonna be honest with you, this fight is dang near impossible. So, yeah, we can still win and get the rewards we can still lose and get the rewards for this, but because I don't want to get One Pieced and not go without a fight, we're just gonna go ahead and do this. Give you guys a little bit of an action beforehand. Let's just show you where their skills match up. Alright, we took out maybe 20% of his health. And then he goes. I think this is the first time we see Vander's S-Craft. Yeah, this man is tough. Oh my gosh, we got like 82 craft back. That's crazy. That is crazy. Let's see if we can get our health back.
No way.
Alrighty. He said I don't get to use arts. Alrighty, we got our health back at the very least. Alright, so he's gonna hit us. I did no damage. This man does way too much damage. Unfair, dog. Bro, you gonna get enough of this. He's gonna get enough of this. He won this fight because I won't be able to go for a while. Oh no, he did not win. Okay. I legit thought he was gonna win. What is wrong? Golly. Oh, I messed up. I was supposed to heal myself first. I lost. You mean to tell me I could have won that? Wow. Okay. I wish I would have tried harder. I could have won that. I think that was good enough for, for those two to be equals. I know you would be formidable, but not quite like this. Captain, may I ask something? All right. What did you lose by being defeated? I'm not sure I understand. The easiest way to determine the true worth of something is to imagine how things would be if you were to lose it. Give me a second, guys. I need to check my timer. I don't know if my laundry got finished. Nope, I got 5 minutes left. Okay. All right. When you do that, you start to see things for how they really are behind simple logic. Imagine that you were to vanish from this world, and yet you still process the ability to think. Would there be anything left lingering on your mind? Anything that worried you? Something that you wish that you could do? If so, that is what you should do the most. Those are excellent questions, Major. Your Highness, I think I finally know what to do. I cannot thank you enough. Thanks to you, I can finally see the path that I ought to take. I'll be sure to take all of what you've taught me today to heart. Yeah. Just don't assume I thought... Just don't assume I thought of any of what I said or done today myself. Actually taking one's own advice. Interesting. You don't see a lot of people doing that. Anyways. I know I haven't. At least I don't think I have. No, I have. Anyways. Probably like one time, though. Anyways. I often would cross swords with my uncle to clear my frustrations from having to deal with my own insufferable charge. Well, it's probably about time that I thought about returning to Erebonia. As much as I hate to admit it, I'm feeling a hint of concern for his well-being. Huh. Only a hint? Please, give my regards to the prince when you see him then. I shall. And give mine to Princess Claudia as well. See, I think those two establish a really good friendship. And it was at this moment that I made a decision in my heart. I would do all that I could to support Her Highness, this nation's future queen. But, at the end, I also resolved to accept whatever promotion that I received. No doubt the further I moved up in the ranks, the more my chances to actually meet her would decrease. But even if I can't meet her in person, and even if I have to do it from afar, I want to be able to support her. Perhaps this decision is a selfish one, but I do hope you can forgive me for making it, Your Highness. I feel somewhat reluctant to disturb Her Majesty while she's busy working, but... is that you, Julia? Your Highness, Sieg? How come you're back here already? Oh, did you think I was still over at the villa? Well, I expected to be. I expected to be too, but there weren't many people there today. So I was able to leave earlier than expected. Ah, I see. I'm just surprised to see you here, actually. I thought you've been given the day off today. Oh, you knew? Well, indeed I had. I ended up running into a friend. I don't have many opportunities to spend time with. And the time we spent together simply flew by. I owe my deepest thanks to Her Majesty for giving me the opportunity. Well, I'm happy to hear that. Julia? I realize this may feel a little out of nowhere, but I wanted to thank you for always supporting me. Goodness. That is out of nowhere. But it's something I should have done ages ago. I can't believe that it's taking me this long I can't believe it's taking me this long to state the obvious. Everything my parents would otherwise have taught me, you ended up doing in their place. Aw. I actually don't know how old... Hold on, I gotta see how old Julia is. Alright, so Julia is pretty up there. She's 28 years old by the time this game... in this game. So yeah, interesting. Anyways. Claudia will be Claudia is 16? 17. No, she'd be 17 now. Yeah, almost... I would say older sister maybe instead of a parent figure, but I guess I get it. Anyways. How to fight, how to act. Yeah, you know what? They do use the same weapons, don't they? And there goes my laundry thing, so I'll be back. Alright, finally back. I've been gone for about, maybe 15, 20 minutes. Getting stuff together. Plus a quick bathroom break because your boy can't hold it forever. Anyways. But yeah, we already put this in there. I said that, I remember that. Anyways. I feel like that I've grown up always seeing you as a role model. Big sister type. I remember grandmother laughing at me at one point for how similar I am to you. I mean, yeah, that's true. Hang out with somebody long enough, you end up adopting their mannerisms. So yeah, but anyways. Even the little things, like how I walk and move. She says I'm just like you. Julia? Something the matter? No. All this time, I really have been right at her side. I spent all this time worrying because I couldn't see her by mine. But as far as she was concerned, I was always there. I truly am beyond help. Chloe? May I say something? I do believe I'll be able to wait upon you. Yeah. I don't believe I'll be able to wait upon you as I always have any longer. But even now, I wish to do all I can to protect and support you. I wish to continue being your retainer, your friend, and your sister as well. So please, try not to overexert yourself during my absence. And even if I'm not able to be near you all the time, I still want you to know that you can always call upon me if you need me. Yeah, of course I will. Although, I can't promise I won't find myself unintentionally taking advantage of your kindness when I do. I'm always happy to have you to depend on. I cannot read. And I'll always be glad that you feel that way. We only had that little... Okay, never mind, there's more. How they magically get 2 plates right there. That afternoon, they were able to enjoy a few relaxing cups of tea together. Despite her initial resistance, Julia's day off proved to be much more enjoyable than she had expected. And it seemed inevitable that the fragrance of the tea that she drank that day will remain in her memories forever. There's some beautiful stories in this, guys. There's some beautiful stories in this. What was I gonna say? And I'm glad that Julia was able to, like, have that friend in Vander. It seemed like Vander was exactly what she needed to get her thoughts straightened out and whatnot. And I know that there are some people that actually ship Mueller and Julia together, which, I mean, let's be honest, if they did, like, that'd be one tough kid that comes out of it, right? I'm one of those people, by the way, but and it's all good. And it's just like, that we saw in the second game, we saw Cassius actually training Julia too. So how cool would that have been if Cassius was able to train Julia to be a divine blade like he did with Richard? Like, we've already seen how beast Richard was. Richard had wild sense turned on and everything. He was going ham, if you guys remember right before we did the final fight in the first game. Like, Richard was going in. Like, and imagine if Cassius was able to train Julia to be a divine knight. Heck, he can even probably train her to use a bow staff. But yeah, who knows? Uh, but yeah, I mean that's it for that. So that's a side story. Julia's day off. Let's see what we got. We got a Septium Vein. Ooh, that's a nice one. We get more Septium, and we got 3,000 Mira. That was dope. Got all that. And I think for right now, that's going to be it for Mueller. I don't think we're necessarily going to use him anytime soon. I just needed him to unlock this door, so that's one thing down. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this side story, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace and blessing, everyone, and make sure always stay repenting every day. That being said, guys, I'm out. Peace.